Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to burp hydraulic brake levers. That is where your brake lever is getting a bit spongy and doesn't require a full bleed, but you just want things to be a little bit more responsive and sharp like they were the day you bought the bike. You don't need many tools for this actually. The two particular things you might need, which you may not already have to hand, is some hydraulic mineral oil, or maybe DOT 5.1 if that's the system, if that's the fluid your system uses, and you need a funnel or perhaps a syringe, some sort of container that can screw into the reservoir access just here. In terms of tools, you need something to remove your bracket here to loosen it, to level things up. In my case, it's a 5mm hex wrench, and you also need either a star or Torx bit, or even a smaller hex wrench just to open up this nut. This shouldn't be terribly bolt rather. This shouldn't be terribly tight. It should just nip into place. But sometimes they can be screwed really tightly, incorrectly, by a previous owner. So just be careful not to strip the threads here. This one should be okay. So that's the first thing we're going to be doing. We're going to just remove the tension here and just enough to level things up. That's fairly level at the moment. In my case, it's a smaller size hex that's required. So we're going to, oh look, that's not very tight at all. So we're going to undo this. Now underneath here, there's going to be a rubber O-ring. Make sure that comes out as well. Sometimes it doesn't come out. Here it is attached on the very end of the bolt. Sometimes they stay in there. If that's the case, use a pick or something similar just to get that out, because you don't want to lose that O-ring. Okay, the next thing you need to do is to attach your funnel. Now, with different brake systems, they often have different size threads. I haven't actually tested this one, but this is a fairly standard size, so it should go in. Let's see. Yeah, it's going in just fine. Again, don't over tighten this, but just enough that it goes into place and you know fluid's not going to come out. This one in particular has a nice stopper on it to prevent air getting into the system prematurely. So we're going to keep this one up, and we're going to pop some mineral oil in, and then what I'll do, there's a lot of airplane and helicopter activity today. Okay, what I'm going to do is adjust this just so you can see in and down, and hopefully we'll see some air bubbles in a moment. That'd be really helpful if we can, because it's the air bubbles that are pretty much entirely causing the sponginess. The fluid can get old as well. Your brake pads themselves can get worn if you're riding the bike a lot, and obviously if the brake pads wear, then the lever has more distance it needs to travel, so that also can be a cause for the issue. But by and large, if you're having troubles with your sponginess, there's going to be issues here. So I'm going to open up the system here. Right, let's see if we get any bubbles. You can see right at the end of my finger. There we go, bubble already. That might be the only one at the moment. Oh, another one coming up. Don't know if you saw that. And another one. And already, guys, seriously, just with 3 bubbles, this lever is getting stiffer already. But another thing you can do, you can follow the cable that's going down. And for the rear brakes, it's a lot harder because there's further for the cable to travel, and it doesn't always travel downwards. But you can give the cable a bit of a flick, particularly at the points where the cable is either horizontal or not going uphill very easily, because essentially, obviously, bubbles are air and they're lighter than the fluid, so we want them to travel all the way up to here to pop out the top. So let's see if that's made a difference. There we go, another bubble. So also then, off camera, well, let's move the camera, make it easier for you, to the rear caliper down here, we can see, once we're in focus, you can see that the cable itself comes straight out here, which is great, but then when it courses underneath the frame here, it levels out again, almost goes horizontal. So what you could do, if you really wanted to, you could undo these caliper bolts, remove the caliper entirely off the wheel, and have it hanging kind of down here somewhere. And if you really wanted to, you could unclip all of the cables along here as well, so that the caliper ends up hanging down here by the front wheel. Therefore, you've then got the cable running almost entirely vertically all the way up to the reservoir, and that will help eliminate and remove more bubbles. If I'm honest with you, if your cable is that, rather, if your lever is that spongy already, I would think it's time for a fluid change. I will get my words right eventually. So again, if things are really spongy here with the lever and you're having to go to that drastic a level where more and more bubbles need to be removed, guys, it's time for a fluid change. But in this case we are good. Okay, bubbles can actually travel by themselves, so hopefully by me nattering away, that might have helped things even more. Yeah, that's a better angle for you. Well, I tell you, that lever is already way sharper than it was before. But what I'm going to do is, off camera, where I was a moment ago, I'm just going to give things a bit of a flick, and I'm just going to help any bubbles just release themselves. Now, you might be saying, oh, there we go, so bubbles have already come up. Amazing. So the whole flicking, people will knock it, but actually the flicking really does work. This part of the cable here is going away from us, which means there's more chance for the bubbles to get caught. Look at that, more coming up. I know we're slightly out of focus, but here by my left index finger, you can see the bubbles. It's actually really therapeutic. Okay, more flicking, more moving around, and more bubbles coming up. And basically, that's what you need to do to burp your hydraulic brake levers. There's more bubbles coming up, but this lever has really stiffened up now, to the point where I think the other lever is going to feel bereft of burping. So I'm going to give that a go in a moment. Anyway, you can see what I'm doing. I'm moving the cable around. I'm allowing the bubbles to release themselves. And let's see if, I think we're possibly on another one coming out as well. Look. Well, that's made a huge difference. So I'm going to carry on doing this. There's no point leaving the video running while I do more work. But again, if you have your funnel or a syringe with an appropriate adapter that can be screwed into the reservoir, and of course you have your hydraulic fluid as well, the rest is just basic tools, and you can really crack on with this at home and get your brakes really pucker. One thing I should have said was, with isopropyl alcohol, it's good to give things a good spray beforehand and just make sure there's no muck, because when you screw this funnel in, you could potentially put some muck in as well when you first remove the bolt. But I'd done that before the video started. Once this is gone and we've removed this, there's going to be an awful lot of mineral fluid potentially around that also can cause trouble with your brake pads, because it's awful horrible stuff if your brake pads come into contact with it. So I'm going to remove this now and show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to lock off the air by this system. Often you can have a stick plunger that goes in and seals off the hole. We're going to unscrew this. There we go. No drippage, nice and safe. And I'm going to pour this back into the container from which it came. Just off camera, I'm doing that right now. Wonderful, ready for another day, or the other lever. And then what are we left with? We're left with a small amount of drippage just here, which is absolutely fine. So I'm going to pop the reservoir bolt back on without losing the O-ring. I'm going to pop the O-ring all the way to the top. There we go. And I'm going to make sure that's not cross-threaded. Doing it by hand first. And then I'll finish. And do you remember I said before about nipping it up? It doesn't need to be stupidly tight. So I'm just going to get that into place. Amazing. Okay, and this is where the squirting comes in. So, a bit of isopropyl alcohol. Just give it a bit of a squirt. Over squirt doesn't matter. This stuff evaporates, but more essentially it eats hydraulic fluid, which is great. And this has now prompted me to give the whole bike a good clean. Anyway, that's it. It's all nice and clean. And the brakes, oh my gosh, are much better than they were before. Again, without sounding like a broken record, if your lever was kind of all the way down to here and really in poor shape, then I would say it's time for a whole hydraulic fluid change. But when it comes to the brakes being spongy, definitely that's what the burping's for. So get yourself some tools if you haven't got them already. They really aren't very expensive. Just jump on Various sites, Amazon in particular, will have a whole range of things at different prices, and there are also some specialist hydraulic brake companies who will sell you a whole range of stuff, including the kit with the funnel and everything else, for not very much money at all. Anyway, this is what the video is for. It's how to burp your brakes and get things back to the sharpness that they were when you first bought them. And now you know how to do that. So you and me, we are job done. I hope that wasn't too talky a video, but it's quite nice to do videos in one take just to show how easy things can be without lots of stopping and editing. But either way, have a great day. Remember to look at the other videos. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.